So I backed out of my garage this morning to go pick something up. And I looked around my house, no big drifts. I shouldn't need to shovel anywhere, right? Get my car, open the door, and my car is really low to the ground. Anyways, start backing up and it's not going very well. So a little more gas and then pushing. And then as I reach the other side of the snowbank, I'm cutting through almost 2 feet of snow. Hence the snowblower is now melting and cleaning itself off. So maybe today was the last day for the snowblower. I said that a few times already. All right, so you're in a nice, easy, happy gear. Hopefully, pedaling about 90 RPMs. So I don't have a device on my bike that shows me how fast I'm pedaling, but this is about 90. When you start pedaling, if you can get to 90 comfortably, then get there. If you start off at 75, then just let yourself ease into 90, okay? This is the warm-up. You shouldn't be working that hard yet. So if you are working really hard, pick a gentler gear, let the pedal slow down until your body figures out what you're doing. Sometimes the body doesn't always right away understand that you have now chosen to exercise. It might still be in lunch mode, or sleep mode, or sitting on your butt mode, and now all of a sudden you just decided to go ride a bike, and it's confused. So be patient, let it kick in. All right, so the workout today. Quite frankly, is going to be very unstructured. Oh yeah, the workout today. Probably missed the explanation. It's totally unstructured. We're just going to be flying by the seat of our pants today, but we are going to be modeling something. The reason there's no structure, all right, I see it says internet unstable. I'm probably going to be glitching and freezing. As long as we're pedaling, we're on track. Okay. I actually got a new modem last week, and because my other one was frying itself out. So I thought we'd be better off today. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, all the time it took me to shovel the driveway so I could get my car out was the time I probably would have spent creating a fantastic structure of challenging intervals for this spin workout. Instead, what we're going to do is I'm just going to think back 2 days to when I was out on the gravel roads with my buddies. We did an awesome ride from Regina out to Lumsden and back on some really nice gravel roads, some nice hills, and these so-called friends I'm talking about, there's a few groups that I ride with. Now this is the group that hurts me. They're the 30 to 33-year-old superstars. And so sometimes when they go for a nice gentle ride, I go with them and they just punish the daylights out of me. So that was Sunday. So what I'd like to do is reenact part of that ride for us, okay? So we're going to see some moderate-sized gears, so up 2 or 3 from happy, but we're going to be in those gears for maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. We're going to play it by ear, but I'll keep you up to date on what's happening, okay? So you can plan ahead. So if we're going to be in it for 4 minutes, I'll tell you at the beginning so you can plan for it. All of it will be at that 90 RPM pace, or faster if you want. But there's no leg strength involved today. We're going to keep the RPMs up. Unless, of course, we stand, and then the RPMs can always drop to whatever feels comfortable for you, right? Okay, 3 minutes to go until how do I put this? Until those friends that I rode with decided to accelerate a little bit. See if Banman can hang on to them, right? That was the conversation up at the front, I know that. And we're going to work this out, so we'll get to kind of close to the 12:30 mark. We'll have a little break before 12:30 hits, because I know some of you are here till 12:30 and then you jet. And a 30-minute spin workout is fantastic. 60 minutes, I'm going to say, is for fun. Or, of course, if you're planning to hit the roads for real and do 2, 3, 4 hour rides, then you want to be with me for the hour. But if you're here for fun and fitness, 30 minutes is fantastic. Never feel like you're shortchanging yourself if you turn this thing off at the 12:30 mark or the half hour mark, okay? All right. So we've been doing this for almost 10 minutes now. Pay attention to how you're feeling. Your breathing probably kind of peaked a little bit at some point, and now it's settled. Your pedal strokes are nice and smooth. They're nice full circles, right? Before we get into this, just a quick check on those heels and toes. The heel should always be a little bit higher than the toe. So when you look down at your feet, you can get a bit of a visual on that. Okay? And then you can feel it. I mean, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, videotape yourself from the side sometime and check it out. Okay? The reason we do that is it kind of saves the knees, and most importantly, makes you go faster. Okay. All right. So the first bit, no one's going to get dropped from the group. We just want to see who can do what, gently. With some just gentle spice, right? Okay. Going in 30 seconds, it's going to get a little bit harder. All right. Get the sweat cloth ready to go. And we are diving in. Let's go up 1 gear-ish. 1 gear-ish. Just a little bit higher than what you call your happy gear, okay? If you have anything that shows your heart rate, it's kind of fun to watch that sometimes. See what happens with it. And if you're paying attention to your heart rate or your cadence or any of that information that your devices might be showing you, and you want to know how to interpret it, just reach out to me and we can chat about it, okay? All right, so we're just starting to feel like, yeah, this is a little bit of something, okay? We're up 1, maybe 2 gears. If you're on a spin bike, typically the gears on a spin bike go up in smaller gradients than an actual bike. So if I say up 1, spin bike folks can go 1 or 2. Okay? That's been a whole minute of this already. We're going to do 2 more. 2 more minutes of this. If you're really huffing and puffing already, come down a gear. This is our gentle introduction to work. Okay, we're halfway through this. A minute and a half gone, a minute and a half to go. Nice job, everybody. And nice job zooming in here today. I know you probably had to cancel your outdoor ride to do an indoor ride. Stupid snow. Here we got 1 minute to go here. Really, if you are an outdoor rider and you've been doing this all winter, boy, it sure feels nice to hit the road with some ability. And most importantly, a conditioned backside. It's used to the seat. There's no braking period. 30 seconds to go here. Then we're going to take a little breather. So now your breathing has elevated. The sweat is starting to come out, right? 10 seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1. Come back to your happy gear, or even one gear below that, okay? You keep pedaling. I'll be right back. It always starts off cold in here, and then it gets hot. Let's turn on my fan. All right, so full recovery here, okay? So when I say happy gear, in this case, even one more below that, super easy, okay? Just a nice little recovery piece. In 20 seconds, we're gonna go back in though, okay? So here's the goal. And I'm just guessing here, but if there are any 30-minute people out there that are gonna jet at the 12:30 mark, I wanna make sure they've had fun, okay? So, next gear up is gonna be happy plus 2. On a spin bike, 2 or 3. Ready, set, go. Happy plus 2 or 3. We're doing this for 2 minutes, okay? 90 RPMs for sure. And now we're 15 minutes into this ride, so your stomach should be working. Hands and shoulders fairly relaxed on the handlebars. Your glutes and hips, inner thighs, quads, hamstrings, calves, they're all ready to go, okay? So kick them into gear. Sometimes the first harder interval is the worst. No, sorry, the last one's the worst. The first one's the second worst, where your body's not quite ready for this. We got 1 minute to go. All right, 1 minute to go. I'd like it if you were feeling some sensations now. Tingling in the quads. Some questions mentally about, I think this is too hard. No, we're good. We got it. 35 seconds to go. 30 to go. Let's go, push here. We all get a rest after this. This is the work part. 15 to go. Nice job, folks. 10 to go. Now it's 5, 3, 2, 1. Happy or happy minus 1. For a moment, you can slow those pedals down. Catch your breath. Nice job. Full 2-minute rest here, okay? All right. So being on your indoor bike, it's a really good place to practice drinking, okay? From a mechanical standpoint, like which hand do you use, right? To get your hand into the bottle as the knee goes by, and then pull it out when the knee's out of the way. Know how to grab it in your hand, and then it's timing. As the knee drops, my hand follows, bloop, and then my hand slips out. If nothing else, you just want to make it look like you're a pro, right? Okay, 1 minute of rest to go, and then it's going to get a little spicier. So the last time was 2 or 3 up from happy. This time I'm going to say, people on the bike, we go into the big chain ring, from small chain ring to big chain ring. Spin bikers, 3 or 4 up from happy. 3 or 4. It's going to be a 2-minute thing again. I want it to be harder, but still possible, okay? And you can always change your gear halfway through if you bit off more than you can chew, or if you didn't bite enough off. But I'm looking for a 2-minute workload where when we get to the end, we're really happy we're at the end. We're going in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go, into the big chain ring. Up 3 or 4 on those spin bikes. 90 RPMs. That's an absolute necessity. Unless, of course, overall, you've never really hit 90. You're still working on it. That's cool. Okay, so that's 1/4 done. You may definitely have some questions right now about, is this even going to work? Patience, just wait to the end and see what happens. The breathing is going to really ramp up here. Okay, that is the halfway mark. Nice job. That means less than a minute to go. Now it's down to 40 seconds. So now we got to push. Okay? Now it's 30 to go. Now it's 20. Remember this gear? We're going to use it again for the next round, okay? That's 10. Lots of huffing and puffing. Got to go to the end. 3, 2, 1. Back to happy or happy -1. Catch your breath. 2-minute break. Nice job. All right. That could have been quite hard. I'm sure I'll catch my breath eventually. Okay, the next one is going to be the same gear, but only for a minute. Just 1 minute, okay? You know what that gear feels like? You might have been hurting at the 1 minute mark, and you just push till the end, okay? Good job. 1 more minute of rest, and then we go. So this is nice to do to make things feel familiar. Same gear, half the time. We've got to be successful on this one, right? All right, so if your pedals are still slow, bring them back to 90. If you're in happy minus anything, get back to happy. And then in 25 seconds, you can use the same gear that you just used, but it's only 1 minute. All right, 10 seconds to go. Here's a tip when you gear up into a much bigger gear. Sprint first, then shift, and then continue pedaling. 3, 2, 1. Whew, here we go. Okay, we're up there, we're going. No dawdling. So this is when everybody up front starts to, I don't know, feel good. They feel warmed up, and the pace just starts to ramp up a little bit. And if you're at the back, you've got to respond or you don't get a place at the coffee shop. Okay, 25 seconds to go. Past halfway. Here we go, keep going. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Back to happy -1. And recover. Nice job. Hard to believe we just did that for 2 minutes, right? All right, full 2-minute recovery again. And if you're going to be on the way out before 12:30, I'm going to say that was your last work interval. You're now recovering until the end. But if you can stick around just a little bit, in just over a minute, we're going to go in again, and we're going to do the same thing. That same gear for 1 minute, okay? So get your RPMs up back to 90 now if they haven't been. And yeah, come back up to happy gear. We're just recovering, we're not having a nap, right? Okay, we're gonna go in 35 seconds for a minute in the same gear that you just used. Now, if you're considering like, no, the last one was really hard, you're not sure if you can do the whole minute, yeah, you can, for sure, because it's your last one. So, all right, sometimes I find that I think I've watched a few too many Peloton commercials. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go into that nice big gear of yours and get those RPMs up. Because every once in a while I can hear myself sounding like one of those instructors. Maybe I don't, but I think I hear it. Okay, 1/3 done. Push, fast pedals, give her. You might have to dip into some reserves. And rest, and rest. All right, rest, rest. All right, keep those pedals turning if you can. And we are full recovery now. Where am I? Here we go. Nice. Okay, we're in rest mode. And if you're on your way out pretty soon, then you are recovering until you go. Nice job. Okay. Whew. Oh. All right, full recovery, happy -1 or so. This is the part of the ride when the folks up front sit up and they're eating a banana. Gave me a chance to catch up. All right. The second part of this workout, we're going to take those efforts using a slightly smaller gear. We're going to try for a 3-minute effort and a 4-minute effort, okay? So we're going to be shooting for maybe like happy +2 is a good on your gears in the back, going up 2 gears. Nice place to start with that. And then if you feel like, no, it's not going to work out, then just come back down 1 and you'll make it to the end, okay? We're going to go in 1 minute. 1 minute. So nice loose legs, free moving, almost no resistance. Do a quick check on your feet, make sure they're in those good positions, heel slightly above the toe. You still want to be quiet on the bike. If it feels like you're herky-jerkying it, see you later. I think that's what that says. Perfect. Nice and smooth. Okay. Oh, I lied. We're going to take 1 more minute of rest. But let's come back to happy gear, okay? Back to happy. And in a minute, we're going to bump up 1 or 2. We're going to try a 3-minute grind, okay? So for a 3-minute grind, it comes down to relaxing what you don't need, okay? So we're not mashing or hammering the pedals. We're just putting enough into them to keep it at 90. And then 3 minutes is long enough for us to switch from quads pushing to like hamstrings pulling. Think about your butt and use that as a lever to push, okay? And in the 3 minutes, you can kind of mentally switch around from part to part. Use different parts. And that lets those other parts recover. Okay, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Up 1 or 2. There we go. And it's 3 minutes. 90 RPMs, mandatory. All right. This is where we turn the corner, a little bit of a headwind. Smart Alec up front decides we're going to hammer. And then me at the back, I just know I've got to hang on. They can't do this forever, right? They've got to slow down at some point. So we just got to hang on, enjoy the draft, but just keep going. Head down, breathing freely. There shouldn't be any kind of wheezing or grunting. It should be nice, gentle, like yoga breath, okay? Okay, that's 1 minute gone. Nice job. Hands, stay relaxed. Nice work. That's the halfway mark. The clock's still working. A minute to go. This is when it would get quiet in the ride. Everybody was chatting until someone started to push. Okay, now we're going to the end, 40 seconds. Now it's 30. Now it's 20. Don't slow down, keep going. Now it's 10. And 3, 2, 1. Happy minus something, 1 or 2. And recover. Perfect. All right. The person up front decided to have another banana. We get to catch up. All right, we're going to rest for 2 full minutes here, okay? And as, again, whenever you feel like you can get the RPMs back to 90, get them there. You'll recover faster. All right, next one is going to be the 4-minuter. All right? So, when I go happy plus 2, 3 minutes is it. I'm not doing more than that. So I'm going to go happy plus 1. Spin bike, happy plus 1 or 2. By now we kind of figured out. So you might use the same gear that you just used for the 3-minuter if it didn't kill you. And if it did, use 1 gear less from that. It's going to be 4 minutes. So here's a tip. Relax from the beginning. The beginning minute shouldn't be like a workout minute. It should be like, oh, this isn't bad. I think I can make it. Okay? So ease into it gently. 15 seconds. We're going in. I'm not going to lie, this one could be hard. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Up 1 or 2. And see, the beginning is gentle, right? Gentle, no big deal. You barely notice a difference. And then it all goes crazy at the end. So back to that hamstring quad thing, right? When I say use different parts, all I mean is just think about them. Imagine your hamstrings in your head. Imagine your quads. Picture your glutes. Okay, while we're hammering the daylights out of this, and by the way, that's a minute gone. If you can still hear me and remember stuff, you have got to go look up the Saturday Night Live skit from, I think it's a few months ago now, called Peloton. They did a spoof on Peloton called Peloton. And so it's for people who, like the one person said, if I hear one more person tell me you can do it, just keep going, I'm just going to quit. All right? They just hate that stuff. So Peloton is for them. So on the special Peloton bike, there's a camera on the back that shows you how big your butt is to demoralize you. And then, okay, we're halfway. And then on the screen, the trainer has gotten off his bike. He's talking to another trainer, and he's like, I don't think Sally's going to make this ride. She looks pretty weak. I think she's going to quit before we're done. And they go on and on. Anyways, hard. I peed myself hard on that one. Oh man, where are we in this time clock? 1.5 minutes to go. Come on. Woo. Nice job, everybody. We're still going. We're not resting. I'm just headband's full. Got to switch it out. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute to go. Holy crow. Okay, so the burning feeling is just lactic acid and a little bit of lack of oxygen. No one has died from either. Well, sorry, lack of oxygen, I guess they have, right? But not in the legs. In the brain. So 30 seconds to go. Those feelings you've got, they're just feelings. We can keep going. 15 seconds to go. Oh. 5, 3, 2, 1. Come on out of that. Happy minus, whatever you like. Get those pedals turning when you can. And this is where you might have the debate. Do I stand up to give my butt a rest? And if I do, will my legs collapse and I fall off the bike? Oh, that's a gamble, right? I'm going to take it, see what happens. So we're full rest. Full rest. Having a little butt break. We're not doing any stand-up work today. So, little butt break. And we're actually coming to the end of this workout. We're not doing any more 4-minute intervals. Okay? That's not going to happen. So when you feel like you're ready, come back to happy gear. Get those RPMs back up. We have about I'll say 6 or 7 minutes of work. 6 or 7 minutes of work. And part of that's going to be rest. So how hard could this be? So when I watch Adele's spin workout, and she has the whole thing across the top of the screen, like this is what you're going to do, I'm not going to lie, kind of scares the crap out of me. That looks like a lot of work. And then at the end, well, by the way, I don't actually do the workouts, I just look at them. So if I was doing it, yikes. Anyways, and then after, when you guys are all finished and all the colors have gone to black and you're almost done, I think, wow, nice work, everybody. At the beginning, it didn't seem like it was going to be possible because some of them have like 12 fireballs, 15 fireballs near the end. So when you look ahead to the whole workout, sometimes it looks crazy hard. But at this point, when you simply have to look back, it's like, yeah, you did it. Okay, so remember that gear you used when we did the 2-minute thing and then, no, sorry, the 1-minute thing? I don't know, like we were into the big chain ring and the spin bike people were 3 or 4 from happy. That. In 1 minute, we're going to get into that. I'll say it was the biggest gear that we all used today. And then we'll figure out what's going to happen with it. Maybe it's going to be a 5-minute sprint to the finish. for now, we're just happy, enjoying the blood flow. In 40 seconds, it's all going to fly apart. What we're going to try is holding it for 1 minute, okay? We're going to get into that nice big gear and hold it for 1 minute. I'm going to my big chain ring. We might be going up 2 gears in the back, or 3 or 4 on that spin bike. It's only a minute, so whatever you pick at the beginning, either keep it or go up. Not down. 3, 2, 1. Get there and go. Has to be 90 RPMs again. This is not just leg strength, this is everything. So here we go. And use all of your legs, quads, hamstrings, glutes. Relax the hands, tighten the tummy, get ready to huff and puff. Because now it's 30 seconds to go. Let's go. 20 seconds to go. And now it's 10. Go. Right to the end. 5, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Make it easy. Perfect. Keep the legs moving if you can. That was not, I'll repeat, not our last bit of work. We have one more bit. Resting for another 90 seconds. We're going to go back to that same gear, and it's going to be a 30-second sprint, okay? So that big group ride has come to an end. We're all still together. Even though we had to work a little bit to stay with the group, we made it. So now, it's the sprint for glory. Who gets to the parking lot first? In my experience, the people who kicked my butt climbing the hills, I'm now going to get them on the sprint to the finish. And they're worried. However, who knows? Maybe there's no gas left in the tank. We're all going to find out in 30 seconds. So get back into whatever gear you need to be in the back to get it right. And 20 seconds, it's going to be a 30-second sprint. So push hard from the beginning and then hold it to the end. Going in 5, 3, 2, 1, go. RPMs can go higher than 90, maybe 100, maybe 110. If you've got a spin bike, you want to get that big heavy flywheel moving, and it'll carry you home. If you're on a real bike, that is not happening right now. Push, 10 seconds to go. Woo. In 5, 3, 2, 1, and make everything way easier. Catch your breath. Oh, nice. Take that, snowstorm. All right, full recovery. Flush the lactic acid out. You're still breathing. About as much as you can, right? And when it feels really good for you, get those RPMs back to 90. As long as the intensity feels really low, okay? Somewhere in there is the right gear that lets you feel like you're flowing. It's not too easy, but it sure isn't hard. Full recovery. So if you are into trying to improve yourself and you are investing time doing intervals and hard work like we just did, okay? And by the way, that work is not just for the athletes or the elite athletes or the young people. It is for everybody. And all of us want to kind of slowly dip our toe into that water and grow gradually with the knowledge of how hard is hard, what does it feel like, what does it feel like after. So we're all practicing that. And the benefits metabolically, hormonally, cardiovascularly are just absolutely fantastic. I think one of the biggest challenges is adapting to the feeling. You know, the feeling of, oh, I feel like someone just slipped a Martinizing bag over my face and I can't breathe anymore. You'll slow down then, or check for plastic in your mouth. But just getting used to that, oh, that felt really bad, but now it feels okay. So the next time it happens to you, it actually isn't going to feel as bad. Now, when we do that, we have to do this at the end. Have to. If you are older than 25 years old, you need to have a thorough cool down. At any event that I've ever been to, you can just guess people's age by how long they cool down after the event. And it's not that older people need to cool down more. It's just older people are smart enough to figure it out, because sometimes it takes time to figure that stuff out. And older is, well, whatever you want to think of as older. I don't mean old, I just mean older than 25. So, if you've got a body that's 30, 40, 50, or 60, or 70, and you've maintained that youthful exuberance mentality, make sure you cool down like you're a 70-year-old, okay? We should all cool down like we're 70-year-olds, which means lots and lots and lots. All right, we got about 4 minutes to go, then we're going to hop off and do a little stretching. So at the end here, when you've kind of fried parts of your body, so they're not working anymore, come back to your technique. This is the time to pay attention to really good technique, because it's when you're tired is when your technique can fall apart. Anybody can ride a bike well at the beginning, but how do you ride at the end? So, gentle tone in the abdomen. You're still rolled forwards on your seat, because it's really common at the end to kind of reach back, like the bum goes backwards because it's sore. That's okay, it'll heal later. So, roll forwards. A little bit of tension in through like the armpit area, just to make you nice and rigid on the bike. Gently rigid, gently rigid. Then you're taking big breaths. Your feet are making full circles. That's key. Nice full circles. If there's any sort of herky-jerkiness, you're just ironing that out and being mindful. So I hesitate to even suggest what kind of pile of work you might have waiting for you after the bike ride, but here's the deal. If you're really mindful of your body position now, and you're feeling yourself recover and come back from the brink of death on that last sprint. And that's where your focus is. And it's nowhere close to anything that's stressful. We can tolerate all sorts of stresses. We've all proven that. The key to surviving it is to give ourselves the freedom to have a break from it. This kind of a ride where you're listening to me, you're picking a gear, and then you're just wondering if your lungs are going to fall out of your mouth. Well, that's a break for your brain from just the thought of what was going on. And in a lot of cases, that's all it needs to get re-engaged, build up its resilience, its tolerance, its capacity for stuff. And that's why we're here. And also, when we do see each other again, we're going to have the Tour de Campus thing. And I think it's going to be 2 teams, people who do the spin class against everybody else. Oh. When I go to the Prince Albert campus, they still have all the posters up on the wall advertising the Tour de Campus, which was going to happen right when our shutdown happened last March. All right, let's slowly decelerate. So from 90, we're just going to let those pedals slow down slowly. Slight deceleration. So if you've got a cadence monitor on your bike, you're trying to make it come down by 2 or 3 at a time, 80, 77, 75, whatever it does. Slowly coming down. If you notice your breath is still a little bit of huff and puff, that's cool. Keep it deep, even if it slows down. Don't go shallow. All right, and we're coming to a stop in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right. We can hop off the bike. If you have time to join me for a little bit of stretching here, that'd be cool. And if you're with me this whole time, for the next couple hours, you've got one of these with you, okay? You are drinking, even if you've been drinking really well all class, okay? All right, I'm gonna take, nice, I'm gonna take my left hand, my left hand, I'm gonna grab my left ankle, put it across my right knee, and now I automatically come back upright, chest is tall, but my buttocks is reaching backwards, and I've got a little tone in my left big toe, lifting it up, okay? And I'm just sitting back. This kind of a workout really hits the glutes, so we just need to stretch that out. 3, 2, 1, and slowly come out of that. Same thing, other leg, right ankle across left knee. And before I sit too far, I really want to stick my belly out and lift my chest, and then reach my buttocks backwards. Activity in the right toe. So the first round of stretching this sometimes feels kind of prickly, right? Because we spent an hour sitting there tightening it. And 3, 2, 1, slowly come out of that. Let's do the same thing on the first side. Left ankle across right knee. Chest up, and then reach the hips backwards. If you want to practice your balance, you can let go of whatever you're hanging on to. But I would encourage you to give yourself a break and stretch that hip thoroughly. 3, 2, 1. Come on out of that. Switch sides. Right ankle across left knee. Chest up, and then hips back. I know your left leg is tired and now it's bearing weight, but it's just part of the deal. It's doing its part for the other leg. And this is where you just bring your attention back to your breath. All the way in and all the way out. 3, 2, 1. Come on out of that. Let's do that one more time on both sides, okay? So left ankle across right knee. Oh, fantastic. Hips back. Reaching hips back. Chest stays up and you're hinging at the hip. And somehow in all of this, you're trying to relax your left leg. Don't forget about that part. Three, 2, 1. Slowly come out of that. All right, one more time on the right leg. Right ankle across left knee. Hinge from the hips. Reach the hips backwards. And relax the right hip. I just kind of wiggle it sometimes to see if it's relaxed. It's hard to tell sometimes. And 3, 2, 1. Slowly come out of that. Perfect. Good. That's the spin class. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. So does your body. Enjoy yourself for the rest of the day, and I will see you again. Take care.